Hi, JD here again. Some exciting news. Tomorrow, that's Monday the 28th of January 2019, I've got a Porsche 911 Carrera 4S coming. I found a really good deal, really low purchase price in comparison to some others, and this has actually come from a main Porsche dealer. So it's coming with the 2-year Porsche warranty, which is a really good warranty. 2 years breakdown, and also the 111-point check that Porsche have to do to get the warranty on the car. So they're doing quite a few bits to it as well. So very exciting. And what I thought I'd do on this channel, I know this is more about finance and stuff, but I thought I'd take you with me on my journey, kind of learning about the 911, driving the 911. I'm also going to give it a full detail in about 6 weeks' time when I've moved house, so I'll take you on that journey as well, and some of the products that I'm going to use. I was going to use a professional detailer, but it's actually something that I'm pretty interested in, so I thought I'd have a go myself, so I'll take you through that as well. But the important bit for today is how are we paying for it. So I've got the old spreadsheet here. Again, you can email me for a copy of this spreadsheet for a small donation. So essentially what I'm going to do is compare the way that I've financed this car versus what Porsche offered me. Now I should say that the finance that I'm using from Porsche was not on this particular car. It was on a different, it was from a different Porsche centre. It was a slightly higher purchase price. So I'm going to tweak the figures slightly, but I'm going to assume that I would be offered the same APR, which unfortunately was pretty high. It was 9.3. Now I have done a previous video on this, but I thought I'd actually concentrate on the exact car I'm getting. I'll show you a few pictures of it as well, actually. Now this is before it's been detailed, obviously, and this is as it came in to the dealer. Can we find a good picture? So essentially it's a 2008 58 plates done 62,000 miles. It's a 911 Carrera 4S. The nice thing about it is, and it must have been fitted by the dealer afterwards at some time in its life, because it's actually got the Porsche Sports exhaust, which it didn't actually say on the spec, which is quite nice. You can see that it's got, that's not going to work. I've just realised that on the last video I did, because I'm not in my office at the moment, I'm using my laptop here, which is running High Sierra. I use QuickTime Player 10 to do these screen grabs, and when you zoom in, if I show you here, look, even though it's looking fine to me now, it won't look right on the screen grab, so I'm going to avoid zooming in this time. But here's the car. So it's got the Carrera 2 wheels, it's got the coloured centre caps, it's got the sports exhaust, it's a Carrera 4, so you can see it's got this reflector along the back. There's another picture from the back and side. Wheels are all being refurbed, although they look fine on there, but I was told that the dealer's going to refurb them all and also replace all of the coloured centre caps, which is quite nice. You can see, I don't know whether you can see actually on here, but there is a lot of marring and swirls because this is being basalt black. It's obviously going to be very susceptible to some nasty scratches and swirls and marring. So that's one of the things that I'm going to do in a later video. I'm told that the dealer may sort this out, but they're not a detailer. You know, they're not going to go into as much detail, if you like, as a detailer would. So I'm not expecting it to be perfect. You can see there are a few problems on the car. But apart from that, it's a really high spec. It's got the sports seats. It's got the Porsche emblems on the headrest, which is an option. The seats are an option. It's got the Porsche Sports exhaust, which is an option. It's got the Sports Chrono Pack, which gives you the stopwatch on the dashboard. It also gives you Sport Plus mode and launch control, which is quite nice. It's got, what else has it got? It's got the full sat-nav, Bluetooth, audio interface, all the things you'd want really. It's a really nice spec car. They're putting 2 new front tyres on it, and they're doing quite a bit to the bodywork. I think they're respraying the bonnet and the bumper and all sorts of things. Anyway, I'll show you that perhaps in a couple of days' time when I've collected the car. So anyway, how are we paying for it? So this car had a retail price of 40,000 exactly, and the deposit I've put in is 15,000, which has come from remortgaging my house, which is probably not the best thing to do, but it's a very low rate, and I had a bit more equity in the house than I thought I was going to have. And it's come from selling my previous E-Class, which I didn't keep for very long. I had that after the M140 for a while. It kind of got me through a period. It was a reasonable car, but it didn't really excite me. Now, if we look at, I'll tell you what. We'll go back to the deal that I previously quoted on my last video, and also from a different Porsche Centre. That was a retail price of 42,000, and it had a guaranteed future value somehow after 4 years of 21,850, which is remarkable when you think in another 4 years' time they're guaranteeing a car to still be worth trading more than 50% of its value. But the nice thing about these cars is they're pretty much plateaued in terms of their residual. If you look at the trading values of an 8, 9, 10-year-old 911, certainly when I've looked on sort of HPIvaluations.com and places like that, it's a pretty flat line. So maybe I'm not going to lose much money on this car, which would be a first. So they were quoting on a £42,000 car a guaranteed future value of 21,850 and a 9.3% APR. So let's try and tweak that on the £40,000 and let's see where we're at. So if they were saying a 21,850 guaranteed future value on 42,000, that's a percentage ratio of 52%. Okay, so if I times 52% there, look, if that's going to focus, I don't know whether it will. Is that going to focus? There you go. So if I times that 52% by £40,000, we could assume we could be getting about 20,800 in 4 years. So let's put that into the spreadsheet. So actually with those, what I was doing was £40,000, with that previous example, was £40,000, £13,000 deposit, and a guaranteed future value of, in this case, we've just worked it out, 20,800. And it was an APR of 9.3. And it was over 49 months. So it's 48 equal payments, month 49 being where the guaranteed future value came in. And that's coming out at £316 a month. Okay? Pretty good, really. You think, well, actually, that's not bad at all. But you've got to remember that there's probably going to be zero equity in this car at the end of the 4 years, because we've got to get £20,800 for that car in 4 years to break even. So is there going to be much equity in that car? Who knows? I don't think it's going to be a lot, even on a 911. So what I've done is I've taken the personal loan option and done kind of my own HP balloon payment. So what I've done is I'm putting £15,000 in. We've got no guaranteed future value because it's a personal loan, and I've managed to get 3% APR. And I've done it over 84 months. Now, as I said last time, you might be thinking that's an awful long time, 7-year loan, but it's not, because it's exactly the same as a balloon HP. You're financing a big amount over, say, 4 years, but at the end of month 48 or into 49, you've still got to, in our previous example, find £20,800. So you're not paying it all down anyway. So what this method does is enable us to have a similar monthly payment. As you can see, it's come out at £330.33. Now, yes, I put a bit more deposit in, but look at the difference. If you remember, at month 49, we were going to have to either refinance £20,800 or walk away from the car and give it back. The nice thing about this option is that when we get to month 48, lo and behold, this is how much we would have to find if we wanted to pay off the car at that point. Approximately £11,350. So almost £10,000 more equity in that car after 4 years. And the nice thing about this is I haven't got to refinance it because the loan's already running. So I can just carry on paying it down. And what you've got to remember is if you wanted to keep the 911 on the PCP example, you've paid all that interest, and just out of interest, look at, excuse the pun, look out of interest how much we would have paid on the old system. So it was 13,000 deposit, guaranteed future value of 20,800 and an APR of 9.3 over 48 months. we would have paid £8,985 in interest. And that's only up to the guaranteed future value. What happens? If you want to keep that car, you've then suddenly got to find another £20,800, as I said last time. So you're going to, even if you take a personal loan at say 3%, you're probably still going to pay at least £750, £800 more in interest on top of what you've already paid here. With my option, using the personal loan over 84 months, our total interest, even if we keep paying this for 7 years, is £2,747 or thereabouts. So what's that? £6,500 less in interest. And the nice thing is, if we were to sell this car and get out of it at month 48, we would have paid less interest than that, because you remember this interest is taking into account the entire 84-month period. So if we actually have a look, let's get the old calculator out. We would have paid for that car £15,000 deposit plus 48 times 330.33, which in total is £30,855. Okay, if we add that to the 11,000 whatever it was at month 48, that's a total amount in interest at that point of 42,213. Now the original price was 40,000. So to get to month 48 in this example will have cost us £2,213 as opposed to nearly £9,000 if we were to use the 9.3% APR PCP. So it's interesting, something that I've never considered before. Because you're financing this over a longer period, you're paying effectively the interest for the entire 84 months. But if we were to trade this car in at month 48, not only have we got probably nearly £10,000 more equity in that car compared to the guaranteed future value at £20,850, we've also saved about £500 on our original interest rate charge, because that was assuming we were going to run the loan for 84 months and not 48. So that's the way I financed it. A much, much cheaper option. Hopefully in 4 years, if I've got it that long, is the car going to be worth £11,000? Yes, I would have thought so. Going on what they were guaranteeing at say 21,000, I could have effectively almost my entire deposit back again in 4 years' time. When comparing with the 9.3% PCP idea, I'd have paid roughly the same monthly payment, but at month 48 I'd have had to give the car back, and I'd have probably had very, very little equity in that car. Okay, thanks for watching again. Stay tuned, because I'll hopefully get a video out by the end of the week just giving you a walk around the car, and then we'll start doing some other videos on kind of me getting used to the car, looking at some of the options it's got, and as I said, that detailing video I am going to do in about 6 to 8 weeks time. Thanks for watching. Please comment and subscribe. Take care.